I want you to picture this. You found your parents living up to the standards of a society, only for you to leave your children living the very same cycle that made you live a life of limitation, a life of scarcity, a life of frustrations, and so many other things that are not helpful. Is that the way you want to live for the rest of your life? It's not up to me to tell you, but it's up to you. I want us to talk about making decisions and what decisions control our lives. The kind of decisions that make us live the life that we are living or the life that we are going to be living. And I want to burst your bubble. There is nothing like right or wrong decision. The only decision that matters in your life is the decision that you make. Stop living your life scared that this could be the right decision or this could be a wrong decision. There is absolutely nothing like right or wrong decision. If you are able to live your life, if you're funding your life, if you are the only person who is leading your own life, you are in control of your life. Maybe you're not, most of us we are not. But if you want to live your own life, forget about whatever the society said is the right decision. Forget about whatever your family terms as a right decision. Forget about what the people in your life are telling you that it's a wrong decision or right one. Who came up with the society? And what is the society to start with? I understand it's important for us to live a life that is somewhat under control. It's controlled. We are not just living aimlessly without laws and we are just misbehaving and living in an uncouth way. But who came up with the society? Who said that by the age of 30 you're supposed to have ABCD? Who said that we needed to go to school and get an education that we end up not using it for the rest of our lives? Yet our parents use their money to take us to schools to study courses that end up being useless for the rest of our lives. We go to school to study for courses that send us to jobs that we hate for the rest of our lives. What for? And it's okay. It's okay really for you to not have a thought beyond in this job that I hate, but then I am able to get an earning. I am able to get something at the end of the month. It's okay to just be limited by what society terms as success. It's very much okay. This is an individual journey. But for us that are vibrating higher than the rest of us, if you ask yourself these kind of questions, what is society? Who said that doing things a certain way is the only way life could be led? And maybe I am one in a few that likes to go the opposite direction. I like to bend the rules. The type that doesn't like to feel like I am limited. I don't like to feel caged. And this is not a generational thing. I want people to get out of their mind and stop thinking that a specific generation is the only one that has come with revolution. It's the only one that has come with a new way of doing things. Absolutely not. We have millennials who are living a very free life. They are living a life that is not limited by what society has put in place to control people. We have Gen X's, we have the Y, we have other generations that are living a life of freedom because they chose to be different. They chose to do things differently than the previous or the preceding generations. Why do we allow ourselves to be limited by a society that doesn't care about us in the first place? Because when you're here being diagnosed with depression and other illnesses, weird illnesses and incurable illnesses, the society is not there to help you. The society is not there to hold your hand. It's again your hard-earned money that you end up taking so that you can care for yourself, so that you can fend for yourself, so that you can get a cure for yourself. It is your family that suffered to take you to school that again goes back to sell the remaining possessions that they have, assets that they have, so that they can take care of you. Where is society in this? And so I say, let's not be controlled by what society terms as good or bad. There is nothing like a right or wrong decision. The only decision that matters is the decision that you as a person, you as an individual makes for your life. People are out here frustrated that they are 25 and not married. They are 30 and they don't have a wife. People are frustrated that they're not making. People are frustrated out here because their peers are living the dream at the age of 23, yet them they are 27 and they have nothing. They're not earning, they don't have a job, they're staying at home with their parents, and they have nothing absolutely in their name. Why are you frustrated? This is your life to lead. And each and everyone's journey is very different from each other person's. Everybody's journey is different. So when you are sitting there being frustrated, you don't have this, and yet your peers or those that are younger than you are living the dream, you are doing an injustice to yourself. And another thing I want us to be cautious and to start taking note of is, what are we consuming? Why are you always on social media? What are you viewing? What are you consuming? Do you need to be on social media? And it's okay if you don't have a job, but you do not need to be on the social media. Just because you don't have a job, so you use the little money that you've gotten from whoever, and now you are just wasting that money on social media to consume things that do not help you, things that leave you feeling frustrated, depressed, having anxiety, and feeling like your life is a total mess. They leave you feeling like you are a total loser. Get up, take a walk. You love drawing, try something. Go to the local community, have conversations with those older generations or even younger generations or your age mates. You're lucky to have a garden that you can plant some few things. Do that. There is a river around your place. Go and listen to what the water is saying. And indulge yourself in nature. Do something. Get off your social media. Your phone is not your best friend. Social media is an enemy. And especially if you are not careful about it, it deprives you, seeps into your brain and seeps into your bone until it leaves you with absolutely nothing, frustrated, anxious, depressed, and sick to the core. And why I am saying that the only decision that matters is the one that you are making, that you want to make, it's because how many times have you gone to mentors or people of higher value, and you go to them and you ask them for advice, and they give you all this information, and they give you all this willingly. They give you all this valuable information that could be of help to whatever situation that you are in. But then deep down, you know what you want. That's the thing. Deep down, you know what you want to do. And most of the times when you are going to get to seek information, to seek advice from all these people, the thing is, we want to hear if there's someone who has something exactly like what we have in our heart. We already know the answer to every problem, to every situation that we are in, before we even go to someone and we are telling them, oh, I am going through ABCD and I want you to help me with an advice. Deep down, we know, whether we admit it or not, we know what we want to do. We know the solution to that situation. We only want to feel validated by the other party. And if not that, we want to hear if there's someone having the same kind of thought as we have. We want to hear if there's someone who is going to say, you can just do ABCD. That's that which is in your heart. And that's why sometimes we go and get all this information, we go and get all this advice, and at the end of the day, we do not work with that. We work with what we have inside of us. How much power have we given other people in our lives? Other people in this case could be our friends, could be our family, could be our parents, could be our siblings, older siblings, could be our mentors. How much power have we given those people? And we do not even recognize that we have a more powerful value ourselves. When something arises, before we even think about it and talk to God about it, the first thing we think is, let me call my mom, let me call my dad, let me call my big bro, let me call my big sister, let me call my best friend. You don't even take a minute to have a conversation with yourself. And yet, you already have an answer to your issue. Are you willing to continue giving power to other people? Or are you willing to give yourself a chance to flourish and thrive by using your power? And if you didn't take anything at all from this video, how about you remember this? The only decision that matters in your life is the one that you make. And there is nothing like right or wrong decision in this life. Forget about society. You are society. I'm not saying that people should go out here and be like animals, be uncontrolled. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. Be a decent human being, know what you want, and consult you first before you can consult other people. And also, stop going to other people who do not have what you are looking for. Just because they are your parents, just because they are your mentors, just because they are your role models, just because they are your relatives, older people than you. Stop seeking advice from people who do not have whatever you are looking for. If you want to buy a Jeep Wrangler, stop going to someone who has a Vitz. And I'm not saying that we are disrespecting those people or we are not seeing their value, but no, they don't know anything about a Jeep Wrangler. Go to someone who either has had a Jeep Wrangler or is having one. You go to your parents, they've never started a business, they've never done any sort of business, and you want to start a business, and the first person you go to consult is your parents. Where is the relation here? It doesn't make sense. You are at the verge of getting a beautiful relationship, and the first person you consult, the very first person you consult, is your single best friend who has been single for the last 6 years. What are you doing? If you want relationship advice, if you really want to talk to people, go to those people who are having successful relationships. Stop going to the divorce just because that's your aunt, that's your uncle. They have nothing to offer. And we're not disrespecting people, but that's how things are. And another thing, don't take forever overthinking your decision. If you feel comfortable and you know deep down, because we always know that what I want to do is quit this job, for instance, and become a full-time content creator, I shouldn't take even a week, I shouldn't take a month, I shouldn't take a year thinking about that decision. I only need to get things done, quit and start acting, start doing content, give it my all, put all efforts and concentration and all my time there. Don't overthink things. I have come to realize that life is not as hard as we make it. It is not as hard as we think. We complicate life by trying to navigate how to run it, and it's not that hard. You live a day by day, just as it comes, and that's all you need to do. And with that being said, go out, be the best versions of yourselves that you've always wanted to be, and I'll see you in the next one.